the Simonini Mini 2 ignition system. Still having problems with this. I changed the stator with another stator. But here's the interesting thing. Can't find anything. So the Simonini Mini 2 ignition system is made by a company called IDM. And I measured one of my coils, which is a CDI, and I saw the diodes, like the power was going both ways, and it seemed a little low, so I figured the CDI was bad. So came out, I started it, turned it off. Came out, started, turned it off. Third time, wouldn't start up. Changed the CDI. Put the CDI in. First night I plugged it in, turned it on, saw a spark. Put it together the next day. Started it, fine, turned it off. Started it, fine, turned it off. Third time, wouldn't start. So this is your charging coils, your pickup coils. Oh, before I forget. So I was looking at the rotor originally when it was on there, before I pulled everything apart, at how deep this sits in there, thinking that maybe, almost dropped that on the floor, maybe this magnet here isn't centered enough with the magnets in here. So for shits and giggles, I took it and I kind of popped it in here. So try to do it one hand right now. You know, and I was looking at how much these were sticking out. Like, so you could push them down, that one's even, and then, you know, and so I mean, it has the ability to go in kind of deep, but they were definitely sticking out more. So I think what I'm going to do is put a couple washers here, so that when I put the stator plate in, or actually, I'm sorry, not put washers there, so that the stator will go as full over this as it can, so I get the maximum amount of magnet in here, so that it kind of sits in, and then we'll try and see if we get any spark that way. So yeah, I went through one CDI, replacement CDI, like I said, that works. Now I bought another CDI and I attached that out with a second ignition coil, just for shits and giggles today, to see if I get any spark, and I got no spark whatsoever. However, I was getting voltage coming on the stator, so I think for some reason the CDI is not getting any type of trigger telling it fire now. I don't know. That's what we're going to see. Good luck finding anything on an IDM stator for a Simonini Mini 2 or Mini 2 Plus engine, and we'll see. So just for better transparency, what we're doing is we're going to put some shims back here. I read something online from a guy who did like Vespa shit or scooter shit, that 1.6 millimeters difference here, moving the rotor or stator outwards so that it sits deeper in there, was a benefit. So I don't know if that's going to work, but we'll give it a shot. So I got these little stainless steel washers, let's say 1.11, and I heard 1.6 was good. I mean, we'll put it out 1.11, see if it makes a difference. I don't know how clear it'll be, but try to see this fucking screen. You can't even really see it, but right in here, there's a little washer I put in there. And on the other side, see how deep the rotor goes. Alright, so here we are. There's the, let's see if I can give you some light above it. I would say it's still kind of fucking thing to, you know, go onto it and sit deeper. I mean, I know it's got a spin around the magnets. I guess we'll see. Alright, final answer up in here. I did 2 washers, so instead of 1.6 it's 1.8. And then on the front here, if you're looking like where that would be kind of straight, or this would be straight, and this would be left. from the center of this piece here, I would say it's about 8 millimeters to the left. You know, it's only 8 millimeters from here, center, over to here, the center. So from, let me extend this out. So going from like the center of the engine here to the center of the pickup here, here to here, we got about 8 millimeters. Try and give you a good shot of that. So there's the pickup coils on the inside, and I don't know if it's a good enough view, but it's sitting from this fucking viewfinder, the phone is small. It's sitting in there, and it's definitely turn engine. It's definitely in there deeper than it had been. Not by much, and it's still sticking out a little bit, but I know that'll give it enough clearance to the front and the magnets into the back. So we'll see if that makes any difference pickup wise on it. Like I said, I used 2 of these washers, 2 of these M3s, so 2 of them together was 1.8, and what I read is 1.6. We'll see if that makes a difference. Like I said, we got the key on the flywheel, or the rotor, so the rotor can only go on one way. It's not like there's any timing marks up here that you see where people, oh, line this up with a timing mark or some shit. You know, there is no fucking timing mark on this. It's just totally smooth all around. There's no markings, there's no indentations or lines on it. Well, there's a little mark right here, like a little blip. But like I said, I mean, this can only go on one way. So right now the keyway's pretty much at 12 o'clock. So there is nothing I can line it up to. Oh, let's see. Oh, that might be good. So where the green mark is up. So where the green mark is up here should be lined up with the pickup coil inside the stator. So what I tried to do, I tried to put a little mark on there in green so that you can kind of see it.
I see it's more light.
So down in there, I put a little green paint on the pickup coil, and then I tried to line that up with this green on top. And if I can get the angle here, I don't know. There. To there. If you can see that, I don't know. But yeah, they're pretty much lined up together there. However, even though I'm getting like still 50 volts AC coming out of the stator, I don't know if I'm getting any voltage on the trigger. Because when I hit the trigger, I basically get no voltage whatsoever. I don't know if the issue is the trigger there is not pulling to ground and not triggering the CDI to fire, or what, because there is no pickup coil on this engine. It just, you know, there's no pickup coil, and there's no stop going right out. There's no pickup coil. Right now it's at top dead center on the piston. Interestingly enough, the wheel there, the rotor, it's keyed, and where that logo is, like just under here, where the logo is right on the top of the rotor here, it says made in Italy, is actually top dead center with the engine, and this goes on keyed, and there's no magnets on here, so where some motors have a pickup coil that will go to a magnet, there's nothing on here magnet wise, so there's nothing telling it to fire or go off. I did see what the camera might have picked up. It's like a dimple mark right here. However, it's not like you can adjust this dimple to here, you know, and that's gonna tell the pickup coil to fire unless there's something different internally in here in the magnet, and all the magnets in the rotor look like they're in good condition. So you can see what I was talking about. So we have, that's the igniter coil. This is the pickup coil. So pickup coil, and if we ground it to the source, the engine, because stator's grounded to the engine, and then we'll try to give it a little voltage here, go from DC to AC to remind me to this LPF, which is line pulse voltage here. And then I give it to cranker. Give it to anchor cranker. Can you see that? There. You get pretty much absolutely nothing. However, on the voltage side, with it lined up where it bees at, boop, we do get so we're putting out voltage, but I have a no spark issue, and I had this CDI hooked up, the blue going to it, power coming into it, spark laid up on here, no spark. Had a secondary CDI, first one. History is, started the engine, was fine, turned it off, started the engine, fine, turned it off, realized the tachometer was dead up front, came up here, realized the batteries were dead in it, changed the batteries, couldn't get the motor to start. Ordered the second CDI that's over there, put it in here, hit it, had spark, put it in the next day, started the engine worked, turned the engine off after like 3 minutes, started the engine again, engine started, turned it off. Realized that this was dead after like 2 weeks after I just changed the battery. Don't know why the battery died. It was a Duracell, maybe it was older or something like that, but this only has 2 wires. One of them runs up back here, wraps around your coil wire to read the RPM through the resistance in the wire. The other one is here for a temperature probe. So there's nothing that could do to cause any ground or any issues or any circuit shit. However, like I said, I started the engine twice. I went to fuck with that thing. Engine didn't start. Changed the CDI, had spark. Changed it the next day, had spark. Started it 2 more times, turned it off. Changed that battery. Thing was dead again. Checked these coils. The secondary coils in here. Good resistance. 4,220 kilo ohms or whatever. I checked the stator itself. I have like 290 ohms resistance in the primary wires. So ohm wise, everything's checking good. The difference between the old stator and the new one of these has got blue marks on it, not that one. This one is kind of blue right here. The difference was that when I diode tested it, the old one, power was going both ways, here to here and here to here, the diode, which made me think that power was coming in but not staying in, that the diode was letting it out and not holding it, the capacitor. This, no spark is spark. See what we do here. That's for sheets and giggles. I'll put the red one here. Try to figure out where my wires are going here. The black's going to green. Put the black one here. Go over to here. Go over to here. Let's see what we got. Just said SD card error. It's always when I'm doing something. Alright, let's revamp it. So, diode testing. Black here is the green here. So, we have diodes flowing from black. I'm sorry, from the red to the black. So, from the trigger side coming over to that side, we have power. If we swap them, we don't have no power going back and forth. Same thing on, that's the new one. This is the old one. On the old one, same terminal, same terminal. Put it here, put it there and have power going through. We swap it here. Power going through. So initially I thought this old CDI was bad because it was letting power go both ways, you know? It's only letting power run that way. However, I still have no spark. And I don't see any voltage on the trigger line. So I don't know if it makes any difference. That's where we're at. The answer is, should be simple, but I don't know. Alright, so I threw this other CDI on right there. Got it laying on the engine. I don't know how good of a ground that's going to be, but we'll see. Nothing there. Let me see. Can I hold you here and make it to my trigger here? Maybe. Or maybe I can hold you there. Maybe. So yeah, got nothing from that CDI. Alright, got the third Chinesium coil in. It looks just like the original, minus the fact that it does not say CDI Italy on it. But yeah, Chinese version. Hooked it up, outside terminal, blue from the stator, trigger wire, power wire coming into here. That's a kill switch. The green goes to the master. It's grounded out there, and so she's a sparking. So the question is, the original CDI showed diodes with power going both ways, so maybe capacitor wasn't charging. This one worked just like here. Bench tested it. When I put everything together, started first time, worked, started second time, worked, third time I went to start it, got absolutely nothing, no spark. This is giving me like 4.29 kilo ohms in the secondary coil. This, the secondary coil, is giving me mega ohms, less resistance. Maybe there's too high of resistance in there to send the spark. I don't know. But yeah, I did all that readjusting the stator and all that other shit, and apparently it's something wrong with this CDI, at the very least.